Shalom, Maspuka. As you know, we're in the season once again, as I told you, of our people coming out, leaving. This is our season. The winter is over. We are here in a new season, and this is another round of people coming out. And in the midst of, where we at, and many of our people making their plans, making their ways, listening to the voice, most of all, listening to the voice of the Most High, and coming out. Then we have most of the majority, now I'm not talking 2/3, I'm talking wicked. Our people are wicked. We refuse to listen to the voice of the Almighty. And we choose to lean to our own understanding. We choose to depend and trust in our own opinion. And that's fine and dandy. So we have many that's blind, that's following Babylonian teachers. They are preparing for, they will be preparing for a Passover in the land of captivity. That's fine. We look at them, we let them do what they feel is right in their own eyes. But as for us, as for the righteous, we have to continue on with the things of the Most High. Again, we're coming out, and our people been needing help. Our people need our support, and we need to support and help each other. And this is the first message I've ever done on this channel about giving. The Christians took this giving and they turned it into a money gimmick, a scam, and they end up robbing people, robbing poor people. And the Most High gave me this message. Give to the poor, don't rob them. We are to give to the poor and not rob them. But they turned it around. They don't give to the poor. Instead, they rob them. All these mega churches, these rich pastors, most of their members are poor. And they're taking money from their members. They're robbing the poor while they get rich. You see here, it's the Babylonian way. This is how America runs. These states rob from the poor and give to the rich. That's how it works. How do you think the rich get richer and the poor get poor? Money is being exchanged, transferred daily, continuously, from the poor to the rich. And the rich, the gap is large. It gets larger and larger daily. And this stuff is wicked. I told you, even when it comes to our relationship, they make us pay for everything. They're robbing us. Marriage license, this license, that license. This is a money scam. And so they're robbing the poor and they give this money to the rich. And we should get, it's the opposite. This is how the enemy works. Make sure you understand this is exactly how the enemy works. He does the opposite. If the Most High say give to the poor and don't give to the rich, then they would give to the rich and take from the poor. This is how, this is the law of reversal. This is how they operate. Psalms 109:22. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. Many of our people are struggling. The finances, we're struggling because of the system. I understand. It's because of the system. And they say some of our people are lazy. We won't work. It's because the jobs are difficult to find in her. The jobs are drying up. The stores are closing. Malls are closing. It's drying up like a prune, like a raisin. And it's drying up slowly, and the people don't even recognize, don't even see it. Proverbs 31:9. Open your mouth, judge righteously. We are to open our mouth. When I see all these people doing these things, I can't keep my mouth closed on these things. I have to open my mouth. Judge righteously. Speak righteously. This is not right. This is what we are to do. Judge righteously and plead the cause of the poor and needy, because none pleading their cause. Instead, they're taking from them. They're stealing from them. They're robbing them. And the poor of the people, we need to tell them, stop allowing them to rob you, because many of them, They allow themselves to be robbed. The rich come to them. We were in Christianity. The rich, they had money. They come to us. When I say the rich, okay, these big mega churches, they came to our little small churches and they robbed us. We gave them thousands of dollars. Instead of the big churches giving to the little church, the big churches take money from all the little churches. Okay, Proverbs 22:9. He who has a generous eye will be barak. So if you're generous, you're looking to help someone. You're looking to give to the poor as we should do. You will be barak. That's what the scripture says. For he gives of his bread to the poor. We should give of our bread. Share what we have with the poor. This is what we are to do. And the people that do this will be barak by the Most High. This is what the scripture is telling us. Proverbs 22 and 23. Do not rob the poor because he is poor. We're being told, this should be a no-brainer, but it's not. Don't rob the poor because he's poor. Have compassion. This is what we ought to have. Have compassion for the poor. Nor oppress the afflicted at the gate. You know, someone that can't walk, the cripple, afflicted. And we're afflicted. We're afflicted in our hearts. We're afflicted in our souls. Our minds afflicted. We can't even think straight. Some of our people, I communicate with them and I struggle to understand what are they talking about. They're afflicted in the mind. And yes, it's the food. Yes, it's the traps. Yes, it's those things that they have set against us. For Yahuah will plead their cause. Yahuah is going to plead the cause of his people. This is a fact. Now the problem is, will you be on the wrong side of that cause? Or will you be found giving to the poor instead of robbing them? See, each one of us, some of us going to be found guilty. We're going to be found guilty, and he's going to plead the cause of the poor and plunder the souls of those who plunder them. He's going to plunder. The Most High is going to plunder the soul, the life, everyone that plunders the poor. This is what this is saying. So you make sure you're on the right side of this cause. If not, you're going to have to answer to the Most High. If not, I'm going to have to answer to the Most High. And this is something we should, again, love the things he loves and hate the things he hates. We should do his will. It is his will. We read in Torah. We're going to see in Torah. It is his will that we take care of the poor. It's his will we take care of each other. You don't have enough money to come out of Babylon? You don't have enough? We should be willing to help this person. It should be a no-brainer. Instead, we give our money to causes and things we shouldn't get. We waste money. We're not good steward over what we have. Proverbs 22 and 16. He who oppressed the poor to increase his riches. This is what they do. They oppress the poor and they increase their riches. The camps are doing the same thing. They're oppressing the poor and they are getting richer and richer. The Babylonian teachers doing the same thing. They're traveling all over the country, going to this place and going to that place. They're traveling all over the country. And what they're doing, I know they're collecting money from these groups. We're grouping here, we're grouping there. They're going to quote Paul, you know. Paul said to give double honors. He said, give your money. This is what they're going off of. And these people don't have it to give. So the rich and your mega pastors, they're telling the people, you give and you will receive. They told us, if you sow bountifully, you will reap bountifully. If you sow sparingly, you will reap sparingly. You give a little money, you're going to get back a little money. You give a lot of money, you will get back a lot of money. And this is not scripture. This is not how we're going to see. This is not in Torah. But once again, they don't live according to Torah. So these people, these wicked people, oppressing the poor to increase their riches. And he who gives to the rich will surely come to poverty. Now, they can't teach this. This is a scripture. Your mega, what you call them, prosperity gospel preachers. This is what they can't tell you. They're rich. They're multimillionaires. I'm about to show you. They are multimillionaires. And you have poor people giving to them. The Most High said, do not give to the rich. Anyone rich, don't you give them your money. Here you have candidates running for office, multimillionaire candidates. They're getting money from the poor to support their campaign. You do this, you're going to come to poverty. This is a fact. This is what the scriptures say. So as of right now, don't you give a penny to anyone that has money in their pocket that's rich. Any organization. Do not give to the rich. We're commanded. We shouldn't do this. Why would you give to the rich and become poor? Come to poverty? Now, if you want to come to poverty, then give to the rich. Go right ahead. Give to the rich. But as of this day, the righteous going to get this. And no more would they give their money to the rich. All right, let's see this. 15 richest pastors in America. Here are here are the pastors. It's the love, at the bottom here. It's the love of money destroying Christianity from within. Christianity, how can I say this? It was built, it grew, it became the largest religion. It needs to be destroyed. And yes, the Most High is going to deal with these people, and the Most High is going to crush all religions. He's going to crush them all. But here they go. The love of money. They love money. Let's see how much they're making. Top 20 richest pastors in the world 2019 and their net worth. Number one. Where is he? Bishop David something. Richest. He's number one. How much he has? $150 million. Look, T.D. Jakes number two. He done went up on the list. I haven't seen this list in a while. He's went up on the list. He was down. And now he went up. They said after Billy Graham, he the next Billy Graham. So they raised him on up. $147 million. Pat Robertson. Look at these. Look at these. Should you give your money to these people? $100 million. This list goes on and on and on. Should you be giving to these multimillionaires? Should they members in these congregations give to these people? And they multimillionaires? No. All of those members, their churches are full of people. 60 million. Their churches are full of people. All of those members are coming. If they have a little money, they're going to come to poverty. And they will never give that verse. Psalms 10:2. The wicked, in his pride, persecute the poor. This is their job. They're wicked and they persecute the poor. Let them be caught in the plots which they have devised. So they will be caught up in their own plots, which they devise. They have plots against the poor. They're always thinking of how to get more money from the people. And they're coming up with all these different ways to get more money. They can't have enough. Just like Isaiah said, they're greedy. They're greedy dogs. This is what they're being referred to as. Job 5:15-16. But he saves the needy from the sword. He's going to save these people from the sword, from the mouth of the mighty. All those $100 million, they're mighty. And he's saying he's going to save his people from the mouth of their mighty mouth, because they're eating up his people.